Don't sleep, man. So by now, everybody has heard what has happened with the submarine that goes to view the Titanic. Um, Five people lost their life. Take a moment of silence. Now I'm watching this guy here, and he has logical, you know, knowledge on kind of what happened. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he got to say for a second, and then I'm gonna give y'all a few because that's what y'all tune into TikTok for anyway. You know what I'm saying? To see what other people have to say about what's going on. So I have a few little logics that could possibly happen, which I do kind of believe what he says, but you know,
Oceangate shouldn't have been doing what it was doing. I think that's pretty clear. I wish I had been more vocal about that, but I think I was unaware that they weren't certified because I wasn't really studying it. I wasn't really interested. Stockton Rush asked me if I wanted to go out there and dive.
so they wasn't certified at all to be doing this. None of their equipment or anything had been, you know what I'm saying, certified to do what they've been doing. Uh, they must have had a lot of power though, because at the end of the day, they just don't. I couldn't launch a submarine, and they would let me do it. You know what I'm saying? So somebody had to give them a thumbs up. But
This season. I wasn't interested. There was a lot of concern about this outfit and this sub. A lot of concern, even to the extent that I wasn't involved in it because I was making Avatar 2 at the time, but a lot of them got together and wrote a letter to Oceangate and said, "You have to certify. You cannot take people down. It's irresponsible, and it could lead to catastrophe." Monday morning, when I first found out about the incident, got on a whole bunch of calls and emails. It's a small community. Within an hour and a half, I had the following information. They were on descent. They were at 3,500 feet.
mhm.
They lost comms and tracking. The last one being the critical one, because the transponder that's used to track a sub during descent and on the bottom is a fully autonomous system. It's in its own pressure housing and it has its own battery power. So for them to lose comms and tracking at the same time, sub was gone. There was no question in my mind. For
Mm.
days, I tried to run other scenarios that could account for it. I could come up with nothing. Um, so the next thing I did was contacted a few more people and managed to track down. There are acoustic networks around. Some are research, some are intelligence. Um, we got confirmation within an hour that there had been a loud bang at the same time
At the
that the sub
same.
was that comms were lost. A loud bang on the hydrophones, loss of transducer or transponder, loss of comms. I knew what happened. Sub imploded. I sent emails to everybody I know. I said, "We've lost some friends. The sub has imploded. It's on the bottom in pieces right now." I sent that out Monday morning. I never believed in that technology of wound carbon fiber, wound filament cylindrical hull. I thought it was a horrible idea. I wish I'd spoken up, but I assumed somebody was smarter than me, because I'd never experimented with that technology, but it just sounded bad on its face because we make pressure hulls out of contiguous material: steel, titanium, ceramic, acrylic. And so you can model it, you can do finite element analysis of it, and you understand the yield properties, you understand the number of cycles that it can take. Um, but you can't do that with a composite material because it's two dissimilar materials, sort of bonded together. And so we all knew that the danger was delamination and progressive failure over time with microscopic water ingress and fatigue, what they call cycling fatigue. And we knew that if the sub passed its pressure test, it wasn't going to fail on the first dive. It might fail on dive 7, or I don't know what they're at, but it's going to fail over time, which is insidious. You don't get that with steel or with titanium.
Don't sleep, man. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? He dropped some gems on you right there, you know, and I believe that's probably what happened. Um, cause we have a few different options that I thought of. Cause I believe everybody had their own thing of what happened. This is like the most mysterious, craziest thing that didn't happen in a while. Grabbed everybody's attention. The ratings on TV went crazy, on news, on Facebook. We all tuned in to this, and it's crazy. Ain't no sports going on, and this happened. But what if they just fake their death? I mean, they're billionaires. They could buy islands. They can go wherever they want to. Uh, it would have been pretty easy to do. There's no body. There's no bodies, remains, nothing. We don't know what's on the ocean floor. They haven't showed us anything because it seems like if they know that there's pieces of this submergible sub on the floor of the ocean, when they would have seen them images, they would have put that up. It would have already been on the news. We would have seen it. You know what I'm saying? So by them not showing us the pieces to the sub, we're still thinking something else. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it. You know, if they have a video of a robot that is on the ocean floor and all it sees is some debris with some pieces of the submergible sub, that would have been easy to release. There's no body, no arms or legs, nothing like that in it, you know. So that's crazy to me. So to me, I think it's a possibility they could have faked their death. Uh, the second one, maybe a giant squid. I know that sounds crazy, but do your research and look up giant squids, man. They can get as big as a two-story house, or even bigger. We don't know. They can go very deep in the ocean. Um, Giant squids are alien looking creatures, very strong and powerful. They can grab a submarine and cover it and smush it. You know what I'm saying? Um, who knows? I believe this guy here, what he's saying, but we haven't seen no evidence. So until we see evidence, man, stay woke.